but easy come.
Ask me what block I'm from. I tell y'all the block where we can afford to be. So I start waking up, put a Confederate flag in front of my trap house, and I ain't get raided once. Yeah, it get like that here. It get like that here. To impress none of y'all niggas, I don't lie. I done stepped on coke to stretch the supply. A rugged nose when a Reggie was live. Even diluted PCP. If God could walk on water, so can I. What? What's up, squad? Y'all already know. We waiting on ARP right now. I just called him. He said give him like 2 minutes, give him 3 minutes. He's setting up right now. He on his way. So I wanted to I seen a couple questions in the comments. The Cola interview is coming out, right? Here's the thing, right? Because I want y'all to know. Here's the thing. I want y'all to know. Is when I'm doing this live, right? I gotta watch what we said in the beginning because y'all know the monetization, they be out of pocket, they be drawn. So right now it's reviewing the Cola joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it ain't give me the go yet. You know what I'm saying? So soon they give me the go, hopefully it's the night, hopefully it's tomorrow. I'm releasing it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't holding it. Y'all know we ain't holding no punches. We ain't holding no punches. Y'all already know, man. Go get the merch, www.guttercity.com. We got the new joint right here. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Right here, right there. We got the Ain't This the Ball joint. We about to have the little sweatsuits and the track suits coming soon. You know what I'm saying? Like, and all of that. You mean, mods, y'all already know. Don't get too crazy. You know, I want people to talk. I want people to talk what they talk. Y'all know if they start to act crazy, then get him out of there. But let people go. You know, we talk different here, so we letting people troll all you want. Oh, ARP just popped up. It say devices not connected. Come on, ARP, tighten up, bro. Tighten up. Oh, ARP in the building. ARP is in the building. You hear me? So you already know, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. I want y'all to share this. I want y'all to share this right now. I want this at a stack. Y'all already know how I'm about to give it up. You dig what I'm saying? Like that. Follow, like, comment. You already know, subscribe. Easy to block captain. Again, guttercity.com. You already know, man. And we about to get into it. ARP, what's up with
Gutter.
What's up with
Gutter,
you?
what's good, my guy? What up with you, boy?
I thought you was about to duck this smoke.
Who from RBE does that?
I said, let me see. I'm gonna let everybody know you hit me right back this morning. You know what I mean? It was early, wasn't no waiting. You was like, yeah, but come on. I said, all right, that's what's up, man. I appreciate you.
Nah, you already know. Worst case scenario, if we talking and if hear you the right way, worst case scenario, I'm gonna run up and grab my Bluetooth joint. I don't know why this shit is so low for some reason. I don't know why you sound so low.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
I'm clear.
Well, yeah, you clear. I'm at a hotel right now, so I'm not at my at my thing, like at my
Nah,
studio.
it's all good. We rocking. Yeah, what up, Gutter?
So, oh man, what's up with you, man? Again, appreciate you for coming through, man. You mean it's a lot is happening out here, ARP, man. It's a lot of things happening. But this is like the bull perspective to talk different. I'm sure you've been watching, a few interviews, right? I just want to, we ain't holding no punches here. You mean straight to the. If you don't want to answer something, though, we not pressing you. You don't got to answer nothing.
Oh no, I don't do that. Right. I don't do that.
But
this shit is crazy. I could barely fucking hear you. I'm gonna get my Bluetooth. I'm gonna get my joint right now.
All right. All right, I sound good, everybody. All right, cool. It's probably on his end. Hey, all right. So let me ask y'all. Y'all want me to go straight there, or are we doing some warm ups? Y'all want me to go straight to the payments, or we doing some warm ups, man? Do y'all want me to go straight to the payments or we doing some warm up? All right, we gonna warm it up. 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 Make sure y'all hit that
Ooh.
super chat it.
I even ran for this joint. Hold on, let me
Oh
get right.
man.
See if my joint cut on the right way. You hear me? Say something.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I can
What
hear
the
you. I can
fuck?
hear you. Mm-hmm. Everybody in the chat saying I sound good, and they say that you sound good.
We ain't gonna listen. We ain't at the event. We ain't doing that.
I'm just saying what they say.
Listen,
They
this
saying
ain't
I
that.
sound good. They
This
say you
ain't that.
sound
This ain't that.
good.
This ain't that. Fuck it. We gonna grind it out no matter what.
I can hear you good though.
Nah, no. Oh, it's like it's hard as fuck to hear you. But we gonna grind it out regardless. I don't know what that's about, but it's weird.
It gotta be on your end because the chat saying that they can hit. They saying leave out, and then come back in.
Yeah, I'm gonna come right back in.
All right. Facts. Nobody said, well, y'all ain't say warm up. All right, I got actually one warm up question though. Come on, y'all gotta come on, man. Come on, man. We gotta do. They said easy like warm up or straight at him. Everybody like straight at him. Easy like, all right, we gonna warm it up. Hey, we gonna warm it up. Yeah, man. Y'all already know, man. Listen, man. Super chat. I ain't see no super chats. I got 736. Hit the like button, man. Hit the like. Make sure y'all hit the like on his way. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Hit the like. He back in here. Hold on. Let's see where we at. Boom.
There we go. Now I can sit back.
Okay. You with it now.
Yeah, I can sit back now. You know what I'm saying? Before I had to be all, I was like, yo, what the fuck? What up, boy? Now we good.
Listen, man. I want to listen.
Let's get straight to these payments, nigga.
All right. We straight to the payment. Let me start off by giving you your flowers, man. Let me start off by giving you your flowers.
My nigga, appreciate that.
Like every encounter that we had, been genuine, straight 100%.
Likewise.
We already know, and we never had no issues ever. You dig what I'm saying? Like, even when I was doing my thing and, you was over, I'm saying RBE to the little URLs, but, me and you personally, we never had no problem. You always been thorough with me, like always.
Likewise.
So, I mean, definitely appreciate that.
And I could throw that flower right back your way. I think it's a testament to niggas' character sometimes. And I know that it's real easy to buy into the, league versus league and all that type of stuff going on because sometimes people feel divided. It's been like that for years. A lot of it is entertainment. Some of it, the WWF, WWE shit. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I crossed paths with many, many battlers that haven't even been on RBE before. And our resume is deep. And when we see each other, we all in the same culture. It just be love. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I seen Easy, it's been love. All that other shit, definitely. Like even if you do stand on a particular side, it don't gotta be that as far as how we all support each other. I've watched every single one of your battles, regardless of what stage it was on. So that's just what it's supposed to be like.
And you already know I pull up the majority of all the RB events. I try to be getting there and all that. All right, so let's see. All right, so for the people, ARP, for the people who don't know, right? When you actually came into battle rap, like when did you come into battle rap? Why you come into battle rap?
Oh, you going back. So
yeah.
It probably was like 2011. I don't know if it's 2011, 2010. One of them. So I came into battle rap really just being just overly excited of watching the shit live. We all come from the same era where the shit was getting done on the corners, in the high school hallways, high school lunch table, all that type of shit. I seen all of that shit. But when it started getting kind of like more formalized, a little bit more like put into arenas and all that, I started traveling all over the place to it. You could catch me in footage, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's Jersey, New York, St. Louis, Detroit, Toronto, Oakland. I was everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You could see me in old school throwback King of the Dot footage. You see me on old school throwback URL footage. You see me at Triumph Over Demise. You know what I'm saying? When Young Illa and Old Red battled and, cards like that. Like I'm there, I'm in the building. And I was like an early guy that was like tweeting, you know what I'm saying? Like tweeting the updates because at this point, it's like there was no pay-per-views that was popping like that. Matter of fact, I don't really think anybody was doing pay-per-views like that. Of course, it happened prior to that. People like Poison Pen, you know, dabbled in it before. I think King of the Dot might have done some early stuff. But as far as pay-per-views, like for these big cards, it wasn't happening. It wasn't happening. The cards wasn't even really considered big like that. Everybody was on a come up. So I'll be like tweeting and shit. I got a following from tweeting. Then I started blogging. My blogging turned into my kind of interest of getting involved. I started work. I partnered into a company called Battle Rap Media with Star from Star and Buck Wild. If everybody remember him, the radio personality. Yeah. Actually, he's still around. Shout out to Star. He still do his thing on YouTube. He still got a show.
Star's still around. I like Star.
Yeah, he still do his thing. Yeah. Nah, shout out to Star. So I partnered with him. You see me when you see me in footage like 40 bars versus, I think it's 40 bars versus Duchess that had like some viral world star clips and all that type of shit. Like when you see me standing there, me and Star up front, that's because he's the owner and I'm a partner. You know what I'm saying? He had like a whole, you know, partnership like type circle that he put together. Long story long there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that experience, it was dope. But at the same time, I had a lot of my own ideas that I wanted to get done. So that's when my brother Shot to tap me on the shoulder. He was just like, yo, like, just do your own shit. Like, let's have our own ideas. We have our own money. We start our own YouTube channel. You're already in the field. People know you already got a couple connects. Like, just do your own shit. And then the rest is history. I just put my first card together 2013, and the rest is history.
So basically, you came in, you know, as a fan. You came in as a fan of battle rap.
1,000% fan. But I think one of the reasons why I had a good amount of respect early on is because niggas was seeing me. People was seeing me in the field. Like I remember stories like being in the airport with people like Cortez and DNA coming back from Toronto and shit, telling them like, yo, I'm gonna start my own shit. And they're like, word. All right, well, we're gonna be on the lookout. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was already, you know what I'm saying, like rubbing shoulders and shaking hands and people getting familiar with my face and my blogs and me from tweeting earlier. So when I started making those phone calls, like the word was a little bit like, nah, he'd be around. Like, and of course you still got people that's gonna try to treat me like a one and done type of guy, you know what I'm saying? But then when they see that consistency, when they see you come in, stand up the right way, you do good, solid business, you about some, you don't look like some like little Joe ass fan. That's y'all niggas type slang, right? Some Joe ass fans just around, just trying to like be a part of the cool table, nothing like that. They're like, nah, he really is of this shit. Like we know him from prior, we seen him around, we seen his blogs, we seen him in the field, we seen him in the building, from state to state, in the country, outside the country. So that all helped me launch as well. You know what I'm saying? And then once we started following up with the consistency and we had decent budgets like from the gate, it was just a matter of time before we just started to crack through more and more and more. That's why the shit been like brick by brick. You know what I'm saying? Because you just got to crack through with the fans and your following and the belief in your platform more and more and more and more. I think battle rap has proven over history many, many times. You can't just come in and say, yo, I'm here. Big budget, big names or not. You can't do that. You got to be around. You got to do your homework. You got to be a student. You got to build your shit over time. Your fan base will rock with you and build with you over time. You know what I'm saying? So like, once I said, like the rest is history from 2013, as far as us starting the platform.
Okay.
History, like long, like it's a long run that I had in this shit.
Yeah. So, okay, what was your first card exactly? Like, what was your main event for your first card?
Yeah, the first card I did, there's a story behind the shit too.
Okay.
New Year order, right? It was the first card of the year. So we called it, that was like the punchline, New Year and then order. The reason why we put the order on it is because from day one, I was always blogging, always interviews, screaming to high hell that we don't need tiers. A good matchup is a good matchup. It's not about only the top tiers face each other and like the up and comers face each other. It's just about good matchups. So when we had that idea, like I came up on the A-Verb and the Adi Boom. I came up on the Goods versus Danger Zone. There was a couple matches on our very first card where we tried to break into that trend, even before we got to the Blood, Sweat, and Tears series. But I went after Math versus Sway because that was a battle that I actually wanted to do when I was on Battle Rap Media that I couldn't get done because Star wanted to do the return of Math after the Sirius Jones situation. He wanted to do the return of Math versus QB Black Diamond. And I was adamant about that shit. Like my money was involved in everything. So I was adamant. I was like, if Mav hits a nigga on stage and he gets blackballed and he comes back versus a female, that's career suicide. You're gonna kill him for coming back versus a woman. You know what I'm saying? So I was pitching the Swave shit. Another nigga of his stature, his respect, that type of street appeal to him and image and all that. So I was like, yo, Math and Swave. And they was even both doing interviews at the time saying that it could happen. There's interviews with Swave online. There's interviews of Math talking about it outside of venues and all that. So I was looking at that. I was like, there's like little pre-promotion there. It's perfect for a comeback for Math. Star wasn't seeing it. So when I started having my own shit, I went at both of them for that. Swave was with it. Swave was like straightforward with the negotiations. Math wasn't as easy to negotiate with. So Math didn't end up on the card, and I grabbed Raw because I was always a fan of Rosenberg. So I grabbed Raw, and I made that my first main event, Swave versus Raw. Just went to like the rest of the card from there. And even that within itself was kind of like, it felt almost like that type of appeal. You know what I'm saying? Because Raw always had a little name, he had buzz, but the stature, especially in New York, of Swave was way more dominant. You know what I'm saying? This is like Swave, people remembering in recent history of him battling people like Diz and what, you know what I'm saying? Like Swave's stature in New York was like one of our titans. So bringing this out of town of Raw to come, even that fit the mold of the card for the main event. So it all bundled together, man. It's like a bunch of stories of how all this shit just clicked together, but it's just history. Just history. You making me fucking go back on some throwback shit. I didn't get asked these type questions in a while, say.
because you know what though? Because I think some people don't go back to the old interviews. So you mean people need like a refresher sometimes, and then a lot of times the drama always be around it, and then when you get to really see from the beginning, you get to see why the drama is even at now. Like why everything
we got a documentary that's going to be dropping either next week or the week after. We didn't do it. RBE didn't do it. But we had some supporters, and I'm gonna give them their full credit and shout out when we drop the video and all that. You can see their company name, their social media, and all that. But they put out a documentary, and then it came across me, and I watched it, and the shit, it's like an hour long. The shit gave me chills. I was just like, yo, this person did their homework. They know that Swave and Math was a part of how RBE got started, us wanting to do that battle, me breaking away from battle rap media. They know about those early days. They know about the early frustrations. They know about some of the early politics. They was breaking down so much shit in this documentary that we reached out to them and asked them like, yo, can we upload that on our channel? And they was wild humble. They was like, nah, sure. And they sent it over to us. So we're going to upload it probably like next week. You know what I'm saying? But nah, there's a lot of history.
Sure tune into that when that drop down.
Man. Yeah, a lot of history. Definitely.
All right. Listen, ARP, this Joe, I try to keep it 100% here, right? 100%. Like, so you don't gotta like that. I'm just straight to it, like straight to just how you
straight to these payments.
Straight to the payment. Listen, what's the real problem, man? What's the real problem with you versus URL? What's the first problem? Is it URL or is it Beasley? Like, who is the problem with? Like, who's the problem? Let's get straight to it. Who's the issue with, man? Who the issue with?
Yo, you what? I'm gonna answer your question. I'm gonna give you all the exclusives that you want. You know, I don't duck no questions.
Right.
I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna tell you why one of the reasons why people love interviewing me. They know me they learned over this nigga laugh. He's smiling. Look. They learned over the years that I built a reputation of being so transparent and so like right next to our supporters. Like I never tried to be like this. I've always stayed right there with our supporters, whether I'm with you at an event, whether I meet you in the mall, whether I'm doing an interview, I stay transparent. I stay right there. And I always allowed myself to get asked even questions that I shouldn't answer. I've always allowed people to ask me. Now I see even some of the battle rap culture, they say that like, yo, how come y'all don't keep that same energy when y'all in front of some of these other people? You know what I'm saying? I've always taken pride in being accessible. You know what I'm saying? Like with my type of questions and what people want to know about RBE and where we stand. So I just like putting disclaimers out there like that because people will sometimes be like, oh, here you go again. You know what I'm saying? But I could be here like, yo, listen.
ARP, because right now I think you too accessible, and I'm gonna explain that later. But right now,
I respect that, and it's definitely I agree with you. My brother been at me, Shata been at me for that day since day one. He's like, you're too big in the culture, you're too important to the culture to be that accessible. But it's literally part of my personality. It's like it's my gift and my curse in this shit. I get a lot of gifts because of it, but I also get some curses because of it, being that accessible and being that transparent. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I understand it. But I would say, I'm not going to put it on one person the same way I think that would be naive. Like people would be naive to think that I make every decision. Like I've always given my team credit for everything. You know what I'm saying? Whether I'm shouting out my brother shot to whether I'm saying Dr. God, Lawrence, Wayne, and you know, everybody that's got their hands in the pot, you know what I'm saying, of RBE. But me being the face and the spokesperson, whether it's good or bad, I'm always going to take the heat or the credit. That's how it is, right? Mm-hmm. So the same way you can't look at RBE and be like, well, it's all ARP. No, there's people that make decisions behind me too, or help me make decisions or support me on shit. And I gotta have the same assumptions over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's a collective of people involved. And I think the root of it really is just there's always been, in my opinion, you know, efforts just to be dominant, and that's acceptable, and that's actually expected in any lane of competition. When you take a competitive lane and you mix in a similar fan base, it's not like the music industry, right? Where I could be a successful T.I. in the South, I could be a successful Snoop Dogg in the West, I could be a successful Nas and Jay-Z in the East, and you get something different, right? Now, battle rap platforms and leagues, I do feel like we provide different things, different ideas. Easy to Block versus Hitman doesn't happen unless Chrome does it. You know what I'm saying? Mook versus Big K doesn't happen unless RBE does it. So we all have our different creative ideas and matchup styles and ways of promoting and all this type of stuff. One person wants to do a room that's black. Another person wants to do the bunker. Another person wants to do the blue room. You know what I'm saying? So we do have our differences. But at the same time, the root of battle rap is just this pure lyrical ability to disrespect or to expose or to demean your opponent. And that we have
ARP,
in super common.
What are you talking about, bro? ARP, what you
I got you. No, I'm telling you. No, think like walk with me. Okay, what I'm trying to say is when you got that type of industry, this is what I'm saying. What I'm trying to do, I'm painting for you the difference between the battle rap industry and like the pop industry, if you follow me on that. You know what I'm saying? The battle rap industry, the casual fan is gonna feel like we all do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say our industry is so smart. I mean, not so smart, so small. And then when you have the casual fan looking at these matchups like this, you're going to have certain leagues that's going to want to dominate that. And that's totally acceptable. And I'm trying to say that those are the reasons. I want to give a logical explanation, because if I just say something like, I just feel people want to dominate at times, it's going to come off like I'm hating. I'm actually saying like it's actually business savvy to say that we're in a small industry that has a lot of similarities in the consumer's eyes. So I need to dominate that. That's why I want you, Easy, you know me over the years. I'm not going to give no simplistic shit so people will be like, yo, is he hating? No, I'm really going to give a logical explanation as to why I believe that any league could go like this in this type of industry. You know what I'm saying? There's not a bunch of millionaires walking around. So niggas is really fighting over the same dollar in certain respects. You know what I mean?
Understood.
Yeah. I'm not gonna give you the shallow one little sentence answer. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is when we rock it. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is.
I know what it is. All right, can I give you what I heard in the background?
What you heard in the background? Yeah, tell me what the room is. Tell me what you heard.
This is just one of the rumors. One of the rumors. I don't know if it's true or not. I just, you know what I'm saying? I was like, okay. Okay. I heard a situation was over like a chick, a girl. I heard you had a situation with somebody over there over a girl. Is that true?
I heard that from somebody that's very, very close to the people that, you know, are involved. And I know exactly what situation would have spawned those thoughts or possibly some of those emotions. Right. In private, I'll tell you my involvement of that, and you'll probably laugh. You'll probably be like, what? Like, are you serious? And I'll be like, yo, that's it. Like, I'll tell you that in private. But I admit I have heard that before. I have heard that, you know, that was something involving in some early on energies. You know what I'm saying? But even if that's true or not, it doesn't matter, because it's still the snowball shit. And I've said this, be keeping it real on my channel plenty of times. I said, sometimes when you got people that have differences of opinions for so long, they forget even why they started to dislike each other from the beginning, or why they started to have differences or disagreements from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm human, so I definitely could see that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely could see that. They say certain things is like a big reason why. Sometimes it's real simple, or sometimes it is some big shit. You know what I mean? But let's say hypothetically it was over a woman. Wouldn't you consider that something small?
I mean, depending on the type of caliber of man you are. Some people kill people over girls. Some people go
Yeah,
to jail
yeah,
over girls. Some people don't care. So all depends on relationships, timing, how what
yeah.
experience is. I mean, I didn't see whole empires crumble over a female.
That's true. That's true. But I like how you started that by saying the caliber of man. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So, like, if you found out that, let's say hypothetically, there wasn't no situation with a woman and none of these niggas have any women in common, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then the caliber of man that you would be describing would bugged out if he had any issue, right?
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm saying. It's like sometimes the devil's in the detail, but then it's the snowball shit. You don't be knowing why niggas be developing shit. You never know. Nigga be like, yo, niggas is in New York. Nigga, ARP says some shit in the interview. I ain't like, oh, this battle look like it have politics. Yo, you playing my money. Or yo, this woman is on your platform. Or you never know. You got 100 little small things, and next thing you know, niggas is on the opposite sides years later. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be weird shit.
No,
You know
I
what I'm
understand that. Well, I mean, what's the first battle that got blocked?
saying? Could answer that.
I'm just saying we. Well, what's the first battle that what would we listen, man? We talk different over here, man. What's the first battle that
Yeah,
got blocked, man?
I can't answer that.
You can't
I
answer
can't
that one.
answer that. I
Okay,
can't
in what
answer that
year?
one.
Okay, let me ask this question: in what year was the first battle blocked? You can't answer that one either.
Yeah, all I'll say is um regardless of what your opinions are on block battles or politics, you know what I'm saying? Depending on your outlook on what battle rap, block battles or politics are, I would just say that it's nothing new. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And it's not, I think a lot of leagues, whether you're URL, your King of the Dot, your Guerrilla Warfare, your Black Ice Cartel, your RBE, I think a lot of leagues will have their definitions or discussions or examples of politics and all types of shit that happened in this culture over the last 10 years, so to speak. And we know different, you know what I mean?
Right,
So
right, 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 right.
we know different.
Okay, so all right, so
He
now,
said,
so
what
basically,
was your first?
I,
Yo,
I mean, because
Mason.
I do listen. I do know because listen. I'm not trying to because I do know that y'all in court right now. But from my understanding, the court is for Light and whoever he was battling, right? So I was just talking about some past stuff that y'all wasn't
that's not
involved with.
that's not really how everything works. And I'm not speaking on my case
Right, right, right. You don't got
specifically.
to.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying? What I will say is like when you're in those situations, I've been in court before. You know what I'm saying? When you're in them
Mm-hmm.
situations, there's a lot of stuff that gets put on the table. You know what I'm saying? Like whether you believe this is over light, right? Right. If that's what we believe, then
Then that's what it is.
that's what
Okay,
we believe.
okay,
But
okay.
in them situations, there's all types of stuff that goes on. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Light though.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Definitely shout out to Light. You know what I'm saying? Would you
Are you
consider
reading questions?
RBE? I wrote questions down for you, my guy. Yeah. This the talk. I'm ready. I'm interviewing y'all.
Yeah.
I'm interviewing y'all. Yes, I'm reading. I'm shooting from the hip, and
I got
I'm
yo.
interviewing.
Everybody, make sure they subscribe to this
Yeah,
channel. This nigga
yeah.
doing
Subscribe.
real
I'm,
interviews. He
I'm
got
real.
you prepared. I
I'm
respect
prepared
that.
for
I
this.
appreciate that. I actually appreciate it that you didn't have to
Yeah,
just try to freestyle everything with your boy. I appreciate it.
I wrote
May
everything
6th.
down for you. Everything
May
down.
6th. And
Yeah.
y'all be the reason. Some of it is me. I take accountability because I've been accessible and I've been transparent. But then y'all niggas be the reason why they be like, yo, why are we not just talking about May 6th? Because you want to ask questions, not asking me about Mook versus Big K.
Yeah, we gonna ask about that later, but I think they knew I wasn't just about to ask about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I think I'm transparent enough. I'm clear in that.
I
ARP,
got
would
you.
you consider yourself RBE the second biggest league?
Nah. It's that's gonna sound. You're gonna think I'm giving a politically correct answer. I'm not. How big your league is so subjective. First of all, it changes based on what you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
right? They've always put an RBE in the, let's say, air quotes, top 3 platforms over like the last six years at least, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I do a quiet ass year and I focus on only building the bricks, they're gonna move us immediately. Matter of fact, if I do that for 7 months, 8 months, they're gonna move us immediately to like spot number 8. The timing of your cars, the timing of your promotions, the big main events, who's the new situation on the block, all that type of shit matters as far as people handing out these invisible trophies. You know what I'm saying? And even size wise, like some people's gonna say, well, I have more overall views. Some people's gonna say I have more subscribers. Some people's gonna say I'm more active. Some people's gonna say I do more cars. Some people's gonna say I do better battles. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've always been above that type of mentality. I've always said that publicly in interviews. I'm not chasing that trophy. I've never tried to be number one. I don't give a fuck about that title. What I want is when we come outside, we work hard and it gets appreciated. That's what I give a fuck about. People at certain times are going to say RBE is the best. You're my favorite. Other times they're going to say, oh, you fell off. Right now we hot. So they're going to say, oh, you the best. If I go take a vacation for 4 or 5 months, they're going to say you fell off. I know that. You know what I'm saying? So number 2, number 3, number 1, as long as the work is appreciated when we outside, that's really all I care about.
No, I
That
think
should
you
be
definitely in the
changing.
top
That
though. I
should
mean,
be
you definitely
changing.
in the yeah. You definitely in the top though. The top
I
three
I
though.
I, I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
What I
Definitely in the top.
what I would rather for fans is just that we are the one of the more established, right? I'd rather just that. We're one of the more established platforms, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're one of the more impactful platforms. We're one of the more important platforms. I'll take those, but biggest or best, that all changes, month to month, or that should change it with the win. Like I don't really care for that.
Okay, next question. We about to go left again. To me, right? I feel like that. Well, I'm just listen. I feel like
What you
that.
got to work on, is just
What?
keeping it all consistent, like the segue instead of like, okay, question number 4, next question. You got to keep
No,
it
but
just
I want you to know
segueing.
that I'm about to. I want you to know that I'm about to
Nah,
go
I'm good.
left.
I'm cool.
Oh,
You
oh,
don't
all right,
got you don't
yeah.
gotta warn me that a
Oh,
question
all
is
right.
coming.
Listen,
I'm here.
I just
I've
want
been
you
doing.
to know that.
You
Going
asked
left.
me how 10 years, 10 years,
Okay.
10 years. Nah,
All right.
just
All
go,
right.
just go.
So do you have the proof? Do you have the proof that MBS was talking about? Let's go straight to it. You got the proof?
No, no more comments because no more comments on that
Okay.
because I feel like there's a lot involved in that situation, good and bad. I
Okay.
don't got no more comments on. I don't want anybody getting mad at me behind that situation,
Okay.
right? People that I speak to behind the scenes. I've asked my questions about that situation. I'm glad that it spawned a lot of conversation,
Okay.
and I'm not commenting on that right now. I gotta leave that alone because all they're gonna do is say we gotta get back to battle rap if I continue that conversation at my stature. I know a lot of other people continue that conversation. I'm the one that started the conversation. I wanted the conversation to be
To
had. I
be out
wanted
there.
the questions to be answered. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that all the questions and all the dust up happened, right? It could be
Uh-huh.
correlated to many other shit that happens, shit that's going on, shit proof that's going around behind the scenes and all that type of shit. But if I continue to sit on that shit, some people's gonna say, "Oh yes, give me the controversy ARP." Other people are gonna say, "Why are you still talking about it?" At my stature, I have to have a cutoff point. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But I'll say this: I'm very, very glad that I asked the question.
Okay. So can we end that now? Can we just end it like it's done?
I'm not the end all be all. I'm not the end all be all on that. And I don't know. I don't know if more of that is going to be discussed in the battle rap culture. I'm just one person, but
Okay.
there's certain things at this point where I'm just like, I know what I needed to do. I know what I did. I know what I asked. I know things that have moved around since then. I'm cool.
Okay. Okay. How you feel about Nunu telling Swave not to talk about your event at the battle?
It's not about a particular person. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's very, very known in the battle rap culture of people getting backlash for covering certain platforms. All of our biggest bloggers can tell you examples about that. All of them. All of them. you pick a biggest blogger and they probably can tell you their own scenario to that. I just was on the phone, having that conversation. You know what I'm saying? You could pick a blogger and they've had those examples at some point in their tenure or their career. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like one thing that RBE has done is we've seen things, whether it happened to our peers or whether it happened directly to us, and we just wasn't scared to speak out. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't scared to speak out. And I feel like when you speak out, if you have good intentions, if your intentions is like, you feel like, yo, this is an issue or this shouldn't happen in the culture, I'll never look in the mirror and be like, damn. I'll always look in the mirror and be like, you fought the good fight, or you stood on the right side, or you did the right thing. You know what I'm saying? So in general, I don't care about any specific people.
Okay.
In general, media has a job to do. They are media. No matter if they are on the scene, if we've been making money with them, off them, or or whatever, over all these years, if they've been doing a job, if they've been asking the questions, if they've been doing what they want all these years, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that anybody should look for media to not ask any questions that the fans want to hear about. I don't think that we should ever try to treat the media like that. I don't think media should ever be disrespected. I don't think media should ever be try to be controlled. You know what I'm saying? I feel like media is going to do what media does. There's times when media and bloggers get at me. You know what I'm saying? There's times where they get at RBE. And I take my lumps, you know what I'm saying? The same way I take the good when it comes to the bloggers and the media. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about that. No matter who you are, media has a job to do. They're expected to do it. Sometimes it's business involved. And I don't think that I don't co-sign certain treatment of the media in many scenarios, period.
The only thing that I think you messed up on ARP is when you drop Swave name, right? I want to
Yeah.
say this.
Let me cut you off. Let me cut you off there, E. Let me cut you off
Okay.
there.
Okay.
So
Let's talk about it.
I'm actually glad you said that.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't supposed to speak on Swave until me and Swave was on camera together.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was actually something that we discussed, right? The morning of, after he dropped his video, we was on the phone. We had like an hour-long conversation, right? And I told Rob, I told Swave, I said, yo, I do see why I didn't have to say your name. And I apologized for that. I did. And I took accountability for that. I said, I did not have to say your name. And I'm saying it now publicly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say this publicly. And I really was going to wait for Swave. And I told myself, I said, I really just want to make sure that Swave understood the difference of all the water that I've carried, or me and him have carried amongst each other all of these years, versus me putting out a work scenario about something that's happening in the culture that I was told about, that involves my company, that I approached 15 minutes of fame about for work.
Right.
Okay. That does not excuse it. I did apologize to Swave and 15 Minutes of Fame for putting their name in it. I didn't have to say their name. I definitely took accountability for that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to 15 Minutes of Fame. Shout out to Swave. I agree with everybody on that.
Okay.
Right. But I also respect the things that Swave agreed with me about. And I don't want to step in front of that. I want to give him his own opportunity, whether we do it together or not, because I promised him that.
I'm calling him.
Yeah, I mean, now you can't because I'll say it here. I'll be transparent. When he did his interview on 15 Minutes of Fame, or his blog, his first one, not the one he did on Hip Hop Is Real. Now, and Swave, shout out to you for the one you did on Hip Hop Is Real. I appreciate that and I respected that. But the one he did initially, when he was, in mode upset, it was because of all the shit that was, like, he was getting text messages and DMs and, people clowning him. Oh, you in this interview laughing, but then you on the phone with AR. It was a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? So when he did what he did and he said the things that he said, I told him and I told Ra, I said, everybody know I could cut on the camera and speak on my side. Right. I said, I want your interview to give me my lumps back because I deserve. Now it's my turn. Swave, you took lumps. It's my turn. I'll take them.
I respect it.
I'll take them. I'll sit quiet and let everybody go, yo, hey, oh yeah, why did you? Not knowing the conversation that me and Swave had. I think he
Right.
spoke about a little bit of that in the hip hop is real shit. But I said, when we really, really hash that out, if we choose to, and I told Rod the same thing, I said, I'll come over to store order. I want me and Swave to do it. I want me and
Okay.
Swave to do it because there's some things that Swave is taking accountability for as well. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to step in front of that because I feel like, you want to know
Absolutely.
what? Let's keep honor around it. Let's keep honor
Right. Right.
around it.
Right.
So
Right.
I stood back. I wanted to take my lumps. I gave him the private joint. I wanted to say that publicly as well. I agree. I did not have to say his name. Anything else though, y'all gonna get more about that. But I think it's gonna be me and Swave together at the
Okay.
same time.
No, okay, I respect that. You always gotta respect that man who made you wrong though, and all of that.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah, yeah.
I'm saying? So you was just about to wait till you and Swave got on camera for you to explain all of that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
See,
yeah,
just
yeah,
for
yeah.
me,
I'm
just one
and
little
when we
thing
do get
though.
on camera, I'm gonna
Yeah,
get at him about some shit when me and him get on camera.
I think you the only thing I think you should have just tweeted like or dropped a little quick little blog though. Like, you know what, I was wrong. I shouldn't even drop his name, but we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it because anything that come out in the media that's something that got to do with RBE or you personally, we know
Yeah,
you
yeah.
respond. We know you gonna say something. We be waiting for it. We know we were like, yo, ARP about to drop something, it's about to get crazy, about to get surgical. So when you ain't say nothing this time, we like as the fan, as the coach, we like, oh, hold up.
And
It went, you know what I'm
and
saying?
that's
Right.
actually one of the bullets that I told Sway and we all agreed about. Me, him, Uncle Rada, I was gonna take. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like it could have been like a little tweet or whatever, but
Right.
I really, really, really had shit to say. Like I
Okay.
really, really had some shit to say. And I respect that Sway was just like, yo, I did that shit that, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm getting this, I'm getting that, I'm getting backlash, I'm getting calls, I'm getting this. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna stay off cam. I'm gonna leave it alone. It's my turn. You got flamed. I'm gonna get flamed now. Everybody know I could cut on the camera. I could tweet. I could go up. I do
Right.
whatever. I could explain. I
Mm-hmm.
could break shit down. I could give every detail, and people be like, "Oh, okay, I see his perspective 100%." I left it outside. I'm gonna take my bullet on that, and then when we do speak, we're gonna do it together. So that's the only reason why you probably didn't get a blog or a tweet or anything like that. So
Understood.
that was me honoring back that direction, the energy that they got. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Understood.
like, let me take that. That's my turn. Now, so
Right.
that's the crazy thing about perspective. Sometimes it's like, yo, where's the tweet behind the scenes? Y'all don't know the conversation that me,
What's
Rod, or
happening?
Swave is having.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't know. So
Absolutely. What's your definition of compromised media?
compromised media is media that just can't be neutral because they have a certain bias, a certain relationship with certain entities, right? That could be with a battler, right? Let's say a battle rapper and somebody that happens to be media or be a blogger are real, real close, or they speak a lot. That person is not going to be able to get on camera, not going to want to get on camera and say, "Yo, they lost." Compromised media is no different than shit. Friends that we look. How many times do we say keep people around you that tell you the truth, that'll
Mm-hmm.
keep it real with you? You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's no different. It's no different. It's like let's say a battle rap manager, let's say Anwar. Anwar manages Twerk, right? I don't know if Anwar has told Twerk every time he's lost or every time he feels that Twerk needed to tighten up. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I don't know that because you have a certain bias. You talk to him a certain way. You know what I mean? Like no matter what I do, like my brother knows me. Like he really, really knows me. He can call me, say, what? He got a
Right.
bias towards me because you know what I'm saying? So now on the media side of things, like the word media within itself is supposed to come from a lane of neutrality. You know what I'm saying? So when you look like you veer a certain way, or when you apparently, like, let's say you get a phone call from somebody and then you go regurgitate that on camera, that's being compromised. That's being compromised. It's like there's literally people that they spend a good portion of their weeks making certain phone calls to have their narratives regurgitated out through the bloggers and through the media. You know, another form of, like, let's say compromised media is I feel being told what to and what not to interview people about, or what not to ask about. Don't ask me like if I come on here right now, or before I come on here and I say, yo, E, don't ask me about nothing except for May 6th,
Right.
right? Um, and let's say I'll be like, yo, when you ask me about Mook versus Big K, lean Mook's direction. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a 3 battle deal with Mook.
Right.
If when we cut this camera, if that's what you do, that's compromised. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be interviewing people and claim to do media or be blogging from a neutral standpoint if you're always going to have a position of bias, or you're going to allow people to easily sway you their way without you having all your facts together. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing new. I think it's become a topic because I think it's getting spoken about, and people of certain stature are shedding light on it, like people like myself. You know what I'm saying? Whereas compromised media has been there for years. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think like people like Rome DMV, for example, like he was a compromised blogger. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's no disrespect to Rome. I don't know if he's still in battle rap. I don't know where he is. I don't got no disrespect towards that man. Shout out to Rome DMV. I'm just trying to say, like, I remember there was time he was putting out flyers, like promoting stuff that he was doing. He was putting like the URL logo on the flyer. You know what I'm saying? Like basically saying like I'm URL. So like when you cover RBE, or if you happen to know that there's a conflict between these two platforms, what's going to be my expectation of the type of stuff that you say on camera? You see what I'm saying? Or like, let's say, you know, I hire you to judge a tournament. You know what I'm saying? And when you're judging, I'm saying like during this whole time stint, when I hire you, you can't ever blog about a different platform or something. That's all compromised media, because that is not how bloggers or media start. They start talking about everything. If you want to start and you want to be biased, right? Well, you'll never be called compromised if you just automatically come in one-sided, or you get hired by somebody, or you're doing a set job for said person. If you're my media, then that's exactly what you should be, and nobody will ever call you compromised. But if you blog, or if you do media on the battle rap culture, people are going to scrutinize you the same way that they scrutinize us, right? And that's all deserving on both sides. People can say like, oh, I know why Big K might get that. Like, let's say he blocked somebody, you know what I'm saying? They're going to say, oh, you lost your last battle, even if he won it. That's all forms of being compromised. You know what I'm saying? So we all look in the mirror and say that we keeping it real, but you know, a lot of people don't. I mean, so
how did you like that? How did you like the Jay Black interview?
I thought it was very calculated. It's what I expect when there's a lot of let's say fires to put out. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a spokesperson's role. You know what I'm saying? Like at RBE, if something's going on, they expect to hear from ARP, right? So you got a lot of. I think the main priority, honestly, in that interview was really to make sure that pay-per-view, you know, is protected, because it's still running business. You still have an event being promoted coming up, and people's, you know, throwing all that on that for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was very, very important. I think certain questions, like maybe ones I may have raised, was very, very important. I think the YouTube app, YouTube versus app, versus app. Thanks to Easy to, you know what I'm saying? But I think that was another big question. Yeah. And literally you got to look at it like this. You know, it's like if you look at battle rap, and the same way you can ask me a question and say, are you the top 2 platform? Are you the top 2 league? Right? That perception or those questions are out there from all the fans. They're all ranking us. They're ranking us as battlers. They're ranking us as league owners. They're ranking us as bloggers, right? If we're in an industry of constant ranking, right, then you create a pie. And it's how much of that piece of that pie are you going to hold on to during the year? Are you going to be able to promote to keep your best interests involved in their minds? Be able to sell your pay-per-view, your tickets to, you know, push your narratives to, promote your battles to. You know what I'm saying? It's all these different power struggles of everybody pushing around and saying, this is mine, this is mine. The bloggers do it. There's blogger wars. The media does it. There's media wars. The leagues do it. There's league wars. Battlers, you know, they have their competitive gripes and situations, some fake, some real. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know, there's moments even for the biggest platforms where it's just like, yo, I feel like certain things are falling out of my hand. I feel like this whole platform over here is being promoted more than a platform that I'm using. I'm feeling like this is going on. And then you have to calculate ways to try to spin some of that back. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody that's in the industry that's trying to keep a majority of the pie or their piece of the pie has to do things like that. It's part of the industry. So I really look into interviews like that, and I'll be like, I understand, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was a very calculated interview.
Yeah. Now, when you was on Black Compass Media, do you think they did like extra? Do you think they went like harder on you, or do you think it was like a when they
Nah,
asked you
nah, nah,
questions? No.
nah. I think some of that is what you accused me of earlier, and rightfully so. 'Cause like I said, my brother does all the time. He says, "Hey, are you too accessible for who you are in this culture?" You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? So I think that reputation, you know what I'm saying, sometimes it is going to give people luxuries to feel like that's AR, so we can ask them these questions. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? We can lean on him a little bit more. He's gonna sit right there and just, debate back. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, he's not gonna walk off camera. He's not gonna end the interview. He's not gonna not take the interview in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's gonna debate. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't fear moments like that. Like when you really walk around in your truth. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to fear that. You know what I mean? So nah, shout out to them. I don't be like, yo, y'all did extra with nah.
Okay.
It's my reputation and then on top of that, me being who I am, that's a person that is walking around with a lot of information. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like he's one of the gatekeepers. He makes a lot of things happen. So
Right.
that's a good person to ask certain big questions of what's going on. He has more knowledge than most in this
Right.
culture. So nah,
Right.
I totally get it. Totally get it.
All right, let's talk about this app, man. I heard you on your interview on one of your street, your blogs, and you was like "F the app." Now, do you really feel like that, or you was just
I
saying it
heard
because you was upset?
I heard you say the same in the face off, but I guess
But I did. I did. Or listen, I want to break this
nah,
down, right?
it's
Because
my
people.
question. It's
No,
my
no, no, no,
question.
no, no.
It's
I
my
know, but hold on. Let me
yo,
say. Let me say
yo, why
something.
are you jumping out? It's
Let me
my
say.
question. It's my
Because I
question.
see
I
how you
answer the
just
way I
trying
want
to.
to answer.
All right,
I
go ahead,
try
go
to
ahead.
what?
But
I
then
try
after that,
to
but I see how you. I see how you trying to.
what? yeah.
You good, man. You good. I never said F the app. I never said F the app though. He
Yo,
said you.
I
He said
mean, yo,
you only. He said you only win on the app. I said F that app. I went on the app. I went on Twitter, on Facebook. I was saying it like that, like not F the app, because I'm still king of that app. I'm not on the app no more, but I'm still king of that shit. So you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day. So that's what I was trying to say, but the fans they twisted. I just didn't care. I didn't care to explain it though. You dig what I'm saying? Like so, it was just like, yo,
yeah. You good?
I'm good. I'm good.
I just fuck with you.
Because I did say that, but people took it. A lot of people hit me. They were like, "Yo, Easy just said F the app." I said, "Oh man, here they go, man. Here they go."
Okay, so you thought the first one was a spin. The whole thing that you just did was a spin. What I did was get you to basically say the same position or spot that I was in so that you can totally relate. It's how people will take a piece and they'll throw out the context.
You just tried to hit me with. You just try to. Did
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just
yeah.
do
No, I
this for
didn't
me?
try. I did. I
Oh,
let you
you did.
explain my shit for me. You just explained my shit for me. You know what
But
I'm saying?
I got to tighten up.
Nah, nah,
I
but
got
real,
to
but
tighten
real,
up.
but
I
real, but
got to
real,
tighten
real,
up.
real shit. And I wasn't trying to trick you or nothing like that. It's real. What you said was real. I don't think anybody should look at what your answer, what you just said, and be like, oh bullshit, all pun intended. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think that. Like it's the same way for me. The context of my video was why is it degrading people that's selling pay-per-views like in any narratives
Mhm.
or voiceovers and any of that. Like I protect myself as a platform and I also be protecting my peers. Sometimes I protect my peers more than they deserve. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I am. That's how I came in. You know what I'm saying? It's like I really, really will always have RBE's best interests, but I also have other people's best interests as well. That's what makes me a non-selfish person. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So when I'm just like, yo, we're all out here, including Remy, for example, and we're trying to sell these, like I know some of the budget related, it's like of what it takes to pull off events like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like protecting it because I feel like we all deserve it from the work that we put in and I've never tried to match. I can match a lot of different energies. You know what I'm saying? I'm not some titan or nothing like that. I'm not some wild out guy, nothing like that. But there's a lot of energies over the years that I could match. Like when I say certain battles that I could block and I don't, that's me not matching certain energies. That's because I'm like, I gotta sit in who I am. That's
Right.
what
Right.
makes me
Right.
comfortable being who I am. You know what I'm saying? And who I am is like, yo, I respect when all of these people are selling pay-per-views. So anything going against that, knowing that I do the same as well, I take issue with. So I said,
Mm.
what if somebody says,
Said fuck this
fuck the
app.
app?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. Now at the
Mm-hmm.
end of it, I did give that last little kick, And but that's the clip that goes around. You know what I'm saying?
That's the clip I
Yeah,
see.
the whole joint, the whole video of me explaining like, yo, that like why are we out here talking? Why would people listen to that? Like we all deserve the fan support because we bust our ass to put this shit together and we all need it supported. Like any league owner is gonna tell you support, support, support. Battle rap hasn't even grown to a place where we don't ask for support. Ain't no Rihanna putting out an album and asking for support. I mean, she can to be humble, but it's already
Right.
sold. It's
Going
gone.
soon. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. We don't have guaranteed sell like that. Like we just
Right.
that's not that type of industry. Like we gotta push, we gotta promote, we gotta do face-offs, we gotta book 20 battlers instead of 2 battlers on a card.
Mm-hmm.
That's the industry if you pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that was really my whole thing of the whole video of saying like, but what if people was going against your shit? And it's wild because ironically people started to after that for totally separate reasons, not because of me.
Right,
But
right.
that's my whole thing. I'll be feeling like, yo, when people they earn, they should be getting what they deserve. And there's just certain things I just feel is like foul play. And that's just me. That's just my personality.
Yeah. How you feel about battlers getting hot on RBE and then they go over there?
Part of the game. Part of the game. You about to come on RBE, so it happens the other direction too, right?
Yeah, it do happen the other direction. But you mean I'm Himothy, so I'm like I ain't really like the same as everybody else.
I saw Geechee join on 15 Minutes of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Like Geechee could come over to RBE. I keep hearing that Geechee's a free agent. I keep being told that he does what he wants when he wants. He could battle on RBE or any platform. So that could be, you know what I'm saying? But peep how fair I'm being. Instead of me answering that question saying foul, I'm saying no, it happens. You know what I'm saying? I actually take some pride in that. I take when it's a situation where it's just like, yo, a battle is just getting their opportunities. Like let's say when Big K was really just, well, he is right now, but Big K was doing his thing and he got a call from URL to battle T-Top. That's just because it's like, yo, we need to get this man on URL. That's dope. That's dope for Big K. That's dope for T-Top. That's dope for URL and their fan base. You know what I'm saying? I think when people ask me that question, I think it's because they think that there's more to it. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be wanting people to say that or to admit that. Like ask that question. Now I understand you're taking a neutral type of position to see how I'm going to answer, but I'll be feeling like certain questions is because they themselves feel like there's more to it. They don't feel like, oh, it's Big K's hot, let him go. I feel like people think there's more to it. Like if something was done purposefully or maliciously, right? And if people feel that way, they should ask it like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll be taking the position of like, there's a lot of dope shit where battlers move around. You know what I'm saying? Like Easy could battle on RBE soon. He could battle Geechee, whoever. So you go back and forth and just get your bag, get your looks, because every platform does different shit. But if there's something else that y'all feel, then say that.
Is there any battlers? Is there any battlers you won't allow back to the platform? How about that?
If any battler is not allowed back to RBE, it has nothing to do with a different platform that you battled on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You ain't about to spin out of this.
Okay.
You ain't about to spin out of this.
Oh, no. I just want to make sure I separate the difference. I just want to make sure I make the difference.
So far,
because that's different to me.
Like history shows that you're still business oriented. So you still have
I am, but at the same time, I also know that our reputation behind the scenes is that I feel like of many platforms, at least the ones that are, you could really read into them, whether it comes from them being transparent or not, or just their history being in front of you so you could read it. I feel like people have really looked at us and say they're more principle based than just a dollar. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that there's situations where people would look at RBE and be like, they probably would book that, even if it could, bring back $1. But nah, that maybe something happened that's a little too whack for RBE type of, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Tom heals. I don't think Tom heals everything. I think Tom could heal a lot. I don't think Tom heal everything. So there's certain things I feel like could never be healed because it ain't worth it to heal. Or maybe I feel like you did way something that's just I have zero trust in, I could still put on my business hat and try to work with somebody where maybe things didn't align a certain way, even if I
Right.
feel like, yo, RBE was totally in the right. And you just hopped off the card, or you accepted a deposit from somewhere else, or you just canceled and lied, or you didn't, showed or whatever. I could still try to put business in front, and I've done that before. I've overlooked things and be like, yo, it's all good. Let's say, for example, shout out to Young Ill. Young Ill is welcome back on RBE. I'm just giving an example right now. Young Ill is welcome back to RBE, right?
Yeah.
Young Ill and Ill Will
I
was
ain't gonna
scheduled to
lie. I
battle.
might be. I might be. I might be interested in Young Ill too over there too, man. I might be
Well, there you
interested.
go.
Yeah.
I got a multi deal for you too, and it
Okay.
doesn't mean that you gotta stop anything else. You can keep getting do whatever you do, but I got a multi deal for you too. But like Young Ill, nobody looks at when we booked Ill Will versus Young Ill and says RBE did something wrong. You know what I'm saying? I had a fallout
Mm-hmm.
with Aver over the Iron Solomon battle getting canceled, and
Okay.
Young Ill stood next to Verb on some old that's my brother shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you look at it from a business standpoint, it's not like, yo, RBE didn't give Young Ill his deposit. So Young Ill, you know what I'm saying? Yet Young Ill is welcome
Mm-hmm.
back. So I can get into a mode where I could be like, yo, bygones be bygones. Let's get the business, let's keep it professional. Let's work. But there's other situations where I just have no trust. The
Mm.
situations where I have no trust is when I think a nigga is just totally spineless, where I feel like, it's just like you fall over at a phone call. You know what I'm saying? Like everything could be 100% professional on my side, 100% within my right on my side. But if somebody be like, yo, I don't like that, you falling over. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll keep it so 1,000 in front of you right now. I think a lot of people was watching to see if you was gonna fall over. You know what I'm saying? They was
Oh yeah, yeah,
watching to
yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. They
No,
wanted to see it. A lot of people
they was
to
waiting to
see if I
see
was
if you were
gonna
gonna
fold.
fall over.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, yeah. So, and maybe some people might think that that's not the best example because they be like, yo, there was certain discussions or agreements prior, and I don't know all your business like that or
Mm-hmm.
nothing like that. But there's situations that's totally like the Young Ill one, like it's totally in my right, right? I don't feel like if I book Young Ill right now that he's just gonna fall over.
Right.
Other people, I feel like, yeah, maybe we had a fallout, but you'll fall over. So
Right.
it's not worth trying to patch like I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm cool on that type of character.
More,
But
more, more for like integrity. Integrity.
yeah, 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 yeah. If you
Mm-hmm.
if you see zero integrity in a person, then
Mm-hmm.
how is there not supposed to be integrity in business?
Yeah,
You
I
know what
don't
I'm
even want
saying?
to
Like
break bread with
people,
a person with no integrity.
yeah, people don't understand that contracts, that verbal agreements hold up in court.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Verbal agreements can hold up in court. You know what I mean? So let's say that me and you never do a contract. Me and Show Off has never done a contract.
Right.
He's never signed. He's the only person never signed a contract on Rare Breed Entertainment to battle ever, ever. We are doing integrity based business,
Mm.
right? Because when it's time to book a battle, we still negotiate. We
Right.
still talk about a deposit. We still talk about a back end. We still talk about, you know what I'm saying? All the little intangibles. We still talk about travel. Yo, I got to spend money on it. I got to do this. I got boom, boom, boom. It's business, but it's all integrity tied. And I don't even do a contract with my word is my word and your word is
Mm-hmm.
your word. You
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm saying? So it's just
Mm-hmm.
like there's just certain situations. Like if you're in my shoes, you've seen some shit, my nigga. Like it's not
I
easy being a
believe you.
platform. You've seen some shit. Yeah, you could literally be in my shoes and have a nigga that'll call you and tell you, my nigga, I don't have no money to eat. I don't have no money to feed my, like when I say eat, I'm not talking about like no, I'm talking about literally purchase food
Right.
to fill your fucking stomach and watch that person post some funny shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's the
Mm-hmm.
type of example
Mm-hmm.
why I say like, nah, integrity side, like I'm good. I'm like, I don't want to do nothing with you. I want to do nothing
Understood.
with you.
No, understood. I don't even got nothing to say about that because that's 100 though. That's from business principles, street principles, any principle. That's just a principle in man life
Yes,
they should
wow.
carry. Let me ask you this: how did you and did you know what was about to happen to Adi Boom, or and how did you feel while you was
Nah,
on stage? So you didn't know when Big K got
nah,
you didn't know
nah,
what was happening.
100%. So one thing that people know about me is I never listen to ballers.
Okay.
I was just having a conversation today, right? I was just on the phone with who was I just saying that shit to? Shout out to Vado. I was just having a conversation with Vado. Shout out to Vado. And he was telling me about bars that he heard from a prior event. And I was telling him, like, yo, you better than me, man, because as a fan, I never want to hear bars. I don't want to hear
Right.
angles. I don't want to hear nothing. I remember one time in Club Drama, like, if you watch the end of Show Off versus Math, Show Off says one of the most disrespectful lines ever said on a stage. I know it went over a lot of people's heads, but at the end of Show Off's third round versus Math Hoffa, he says one of the most disrespectful things ever that has been said to a nigga's face on stage, right? Go watch it and see what I'm talking about. I'm
Yeah,
not trying to
I'm
fucking
gonna
sell no
tune into that.
views.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said some real reckless shit.
Okay.
In the building, we was upstairs in the VI and we was kind of crossing paths during the event. And Show said, yo, I want to give you a heads up or something. I said, what happened? He said, yo, my nigga, just I don't know. I'm gonna say what the fuck. I'm gonna do what I want to do, but I'm about to say. And I was like, no, don't tell me. And I always been like that for two reasons. Number one, the integrity to the battlers of knowing, like, damn, did you know that too, AR? Mm-hmm. I want to have the integrity of, like, I didn't know. They don't talk about your son, your daughter, your deceased. I want that. That's number one. Number two is my fan side. Like, I really rather enjoy hearing it live. You know what I'm saying? The fan side of it. I never listen to bars, but now I had no clue of that angle coming from Big K. I think Big K knew that it was sensitive enough to keep it close. Okay. Like when niggas be sparring and shit, I think that your street side got to kick in and know, like, this ain't shit that I need. I can let get out. Like, niggas really end up in real serious shit over accusations about snitching, right? On some, I mean, like, if everybody run around calling themselves street niggas, right? You know what I'm saying? So I think he kept that real close. A lot of people think that he knew that at the J Black face off. He didn't. You know, that was all.
He got that info afterwards.
He got it after. We sent both. I sent both of them to J Black to do a face off because we was just in promo mode. You could see Big K's demeanor. There's times in those face off he's joking. They having a good time. Blah 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 blah. And I never forget. I said this story a bunch of times. When we got to the day before the event. Now when we do the press conference and the second face offs, I'm calling everybody from their rooms to come downstairs so we could do the Big K and Boom shit. Boom is in the hallway. You think he's standing with like Show Off, maybe Oops, couple people. Big K comes down. There's no cameras around. You know, behind the scenes, everybody be like this. Everybody be cool behind the scenes. Big K comes off the elevator. He's walking down the hall. He walks past Adi Boom. And as he's walking past him, he looks at Adi Boom with a straight face and then just walks away and just walks straight. I'm watching it like K is being extra right now. Like, why? Like, y'all, why would you treat him like that? We don't do it. We all in the hallway, no cameras. We're not promoting. Like, we don't gotta be out on that type of energy. I never forget. That's the only clue I had that this nigga just treated him like that the day before. Like, he really gave him that type of energy, like, and like off camera, off promo. That's the only clue I had. Like, wow. You know what I'm saying? So, but, you know, shout out to K, shout out to Boom.
All right, so you being on stage though, how you felt about that? How you felt about?
Oh yeah, my bad. We missed that one.
Mm-hmm. Like, what was your first thought?
My first thought is my first thought wasn't that it was real or it was all valid. Okay. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. Okay. Because we see antics you don't know. I don't got the paperwork. I'm not reading it. I don't even want to take the paperwork. When K tries to hand it to me, I don't know if he's in the footage. I don't know if he's gonna set me up. I don't know if I'm being used. Hey man, you can hear me? Mm-hmm. You get me?
Yep,
right, I can hear you. It's just all of that is just like, yo, don't involve yourself as a host now. Now you're in host neutral mode. Like, don't involve yourself. There's a couple times I try to peek over and read what niggas next to me had. Like, I'm gonna try to take a peek. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, this is it feel wild, but it don't set in the building like, oh, this is all real. It's battle rap. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's set in after once people start doing their homework and shit. I think, though, in the midst of it, one of my biggest thoughts was keeping an eye on both sides because I felt a little bit of tension. You know what I'm saying? You got like K side, you know, and then you got Boom side. You got like he came with some dude. You got Oops over here. You got Show Off over here. There's times in between rounds they start, yeah, okay, like, where you from? Like, fuck you took. You got all of that. So I'm paying attention to that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the side, we know how it be with entourages sometimes. It almost something. And I've seen in your footage, you had to ask your entourage, like, oh, please chill out. We good. Ain't nothing going on. Ain't none of that. Everybody chill out. Because the entourages be having different fucking energy than the battlers.
Cause it
The
would get
battlers
dark.
be
Like
about
my
their business.
entourage ARP, it'll get dark for niggas. So that's why I be
But
trying
that's
to
what, but
tell
that's,
my
but that's
niggas
what I'm
like,
saying. You see how
chill.
you could be in a face-off with Hitman, and you could
Right,
say, make sure we still friends after this, right?
right.
Because you know you're gonna talk grease and you're gonna say shit that if it wasn't battle rap, a nigga's gonna take as disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
But niggas' entourages don't have the same mentality as the battle rappers so many times. So that's what I was paying attention to a lot on stage too. But that was a wild one, man. And then, the weeks after that, a lot of stuff behind the scenes that never went public continued to formulate. A lot more
Mm-hmm.
understand things coming to us. There's so much about that story that people will never know.
No, I
You know what I'm
know.
saying,
Yeah.
behind the scenes. And then
Mhm.
things got bad behind the scenes. And it was just,
So I
just
think
leave it
they
alone.
putting that as like what top three like career ending rounds? Like
I mean, I
is
mean,
up there?
the round, I think that round made it very, very tough. It would have made it tough for anybody to continue
Mm-hmm.
on. You know what I'm saying? Um, even me being real, like on Adi, like if I was giving Boom advice, like honestly, if somebody's saying that they don't need battle rap, like let's say financially or anything like that, if you got that on you and people's playing with your name the way that they are,
Mm.
even going to an event that it's your home event, or even if it's like I'm performing, you got a lot of liability that gets increased. Like you could literally end up in some shit, end up in jail that night, end up hurting somebody hurting you just because a fan heckled you by saying some shit that you didn't respect that he said. Like a fan could heckle you just by saying like, yo, they go to snitch. And you're like, yo, we're not on stage. Who you playing with? And then you next thing you know, it's like you just never know. Next thing you know, somebody arrested that night. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I think that round made it real a liability for a lot of energy around Boom. And I do commend Boom. I haven't had a conversation with Boom in years, but I do commend them because I haven't spoken to him in years, but I do commend him because I feel like a lot of people in his shoes may still try to dabble in. I think he was just like, you want to know what? And he left it alone.
Mm-hmm.
I think it takes a lot to do that because battle rap is kind of infectious to a lot of people. There's a lot of people that probably want to leave and can't leave. Like I don't. Briz is like the only person I watch not get back on stage. Like
I want
you
Briz
know
to
what I'm
come back so I
saying?
want to
So
battle him.
I think we all do, but you
Yeah.
gotta respect it if he's good on it. You know what I'm saying?
We got this blue room now, right? Let's
Yeah.
talk about this blue room. I like the atmosphere. It look crazy. I like the color. I like the
Appreciate
way.
that.
I like the way. You know what it remind me of like old Philly street, you know what I'm saying,
Dope.
enclosed, you know what I mean, like that, like you
Dope.
really could be like heard in that room. I mean, even I was there, so you hear the reactions in there, but it's still enough to be heard, like
Yeah.
every single word or whatever, like more like a
Yeah.
street
Yeah.
element. You mean how you come up with that?
Yo, we fell on it. We fell on that shit by accident. And I said this publicly before because I don't need to try to not take credit in certain areas. Um, I went to a Bags and Bodies event, their finale battle actually, right? And it was in there.
Salute the hitman.
And yes, salute to my nigga Holla. And Ruin Your Day had it red and like a red tint in there and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, this whole setup is dope. Now, from a venue standpoint, there's two rooms in there, and I liked both rooms. I think John was showing me like one of the rooms and shit, like because John knows the person that coordinates that venue. So after that event, I hit Jay up, like I hit John up, like, yo, what's up? Like, give me the number to that person. Like, let me reach out to him. I'm trying to fuck with that spot. I like that venue. So John looked out, he threw me the number. I hit dude up. We got on the phone, chopped up the business, everything got right, booked the venue. When I got there for closure two, though, that was the card that had Ill Will versus 40 Bars. It was supposed to have A Will versus Big K that got rescheduled to the last joint. When I walked in the room, well, as I was walking to the shit, nigga Avo said like, yo, your hat is gonna glow on camera. I think it was Avo. Somebody said that shit to me. That shit was all by chance, and I was like, what? And I looked in, and I seen that blue black light type of shit. I was like, oh shit. So I was a believer when I first walked in. And then when I actually got the closure 2 event footage and I started watching it, I was just like, yo, this shit is sick. This
Mm.
shit is sick. And then after that, it's about promoting it and making it a part of what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like one thing to just say like, oh, we're doing an event and it happens to be here. We're doing an event there and it happens to look like this. But once you develop something, you start to promote it and you start to brand it, even certain battlers or certain matchups that you purposefully put in there. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm having conversations with certain people like, nah, every word for that mega match needs to happen in a setting like the Blue Room.
Right.
It's been promoted at that point. It's been pushed at that point. It's theming at that point. The battlers show off is walking around saying like, yeah, y'all know plenty of times when I got busy, but you seen the last time you seen Blue Room show. They said it was top 10 battle of last year versus Jag. You know what I'm saying? So now you give the battlers that element. Next thing you know, there'll be bars coming about the Blue Room and it's all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? It's all that type of shit.
Danny Myers gave you one. Danny Myers, I think he just battled News from the city, from Philly.
I seen it. It was in front of Max's. It was out in front of Max's. I seen it.
Rebutted the Blue Room. That was fire. Now listen, I want to be in there. I need to get in there. I need to get in that Blue Room. You
know what I got for you? Let's put it out there, man. I got a 3-battle deal for you.
Okay.
I got a 3-battle deal for Easy, right?
All right.
I think one of them you ain't battle Ill Will.
I didn't battle Ill Will. I would like to.
I think one of them should be Ill Will.
Okay.
Everybody asking me to book you versus Geechee. Right? And I think the third one, unless Rem, I don't know what Rem might do one of these for all I know. But let's say Rem was on vacation, right? The third one, I think, should be the winner of May 6th, main event, Mook versus Big K.
Okay, I would say
the winner that
definitely want to. I heard Ill Will talking a little crazy to me a couple months ago. Oh yeah, a couple months ago. So I definitely want to see him, and that Blue Room would be fire. Now, I definitely need Geechee in that small room. Like that room, me and him have to have this conversation in a setting like that. Yeah, even if me and Ill was on the stage, I'm cool with that. But me and Geechee has to happen in that room.
Okay. What do you think? Now I know people want to see you versus Mook, right? Let me ask you this. Let's say hypothetically K cleared Mook, and I don't want anybody from Mook's side thinking, oh, is he on his RBE shit? I'm just talking to Easy about a hypothetical, y'all. All right. If Big K clears Mook on May 6th, what do you feel about the timing of you battling Mook? Would you still want to battle him if somebody called you right after? Would you be interested in Big K? Would you want to hold off on a Mook battle? How do you feel if Big K 30 or clears Mook on May 6th?
Okay, so I'm gonna give you two answers. I'm gonna give you strategic Easy, how I always move, and then I'm gonna give you the competitive Easy, how I move. Being that I'm a little petty too, so when I battled Calico, Mook called me. He said, if you lose, it's over. Right? He told me that. He called me. He said, if you lose the Calico, I'm not battling you. So I would be petty. I will. And I would text him and be like, I'll see you next year. I'll see you next year. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I would say that. I would say that just because I can do that. You know what I mean? I can do that. But on the strategic level, it would be get that nigga right now. You dig what I'm saying? Like it would be get that nigga right now because I've been watching Mook. I already, when we got booked to do it on the Drake event, I already was tuned in for him a little bit. So that made me, and then, he said a couple things to me in an interview that I didn't like, that I took personal, even though I love Mook, you know what I mean? Outside of being competitive, but being competitive, I want to smoke him. You dig what I'm saying? Like that. So strategic Easy would be, all right, after Big Caden clip thing, that's how I feel about clips, right? I feel about clips. Like if I really want to be corny,
it's another one.
I'll get clips now if I really want to be corny. Because I just feel like he don't care. You dig what I'm saying? Like that. So that's why, but Mook is always Mook. So no matter who Mook's battle or when Mook battle, lose or win, the name Mook on your resume is. So I wouldn't care. I personally wouldn't care. You dig what I'm saying?
Nah, I respect that. I respect that, and I do think that as much as I obviously respect everybody for whatever stature that the culture puts them in, I treat everybody like an equal that puts on talent wise. There is no denying that having Mook or Lux or like a Cass or a Hollow and sometimes Clips and Verb and those guys and DNA Arsenal, having those guys on your resume is very meaningful to be able to say I battled those guys or I even possibly beat those guys. That's a claim that Verb walks around with. You know what I'm saying? Being able to say I battled both Mook and Lux, and some fans have him winning both. You know what I'm saying? So you know, Verb will always have something like that as like a trump card. You know what I'm saying? I feel like anybody that ever gets the call to battle one of those guys, unless you're another god tier, you take it. You take it. So that wouldn't apply to you in that concept. I'm not saying that you're not a god tier, but like for example,
no, I'm not there yet. I'm not there. I could be humble.
Okay.
I'm not there yet.
Okay, cool. I don't even got to get into the example then.
Yeah, you
okay.
I mean, I'm top tier for sure. I'm not there yet, but I believe in another 2-3 years I'm going to be there. I think, you know what I'm saying, I'm on the road to stamping Easy the Black Captain to be that. But I respect Lux. I respect all of them that put in the work because they had to put in the work for even to me to do the things that I'm doing now. You dig what I'm saying?
So if you battle Geechee in the Blue Room, Ill Will on any stage, whether it's Ill Will in the Blue Room or Ill Will on a Max Out, and you battle, let's say Mook, right? Who gives you the toughest problem?
Okay, all right. Mook, depending on what stage we in, but I mean, me and Geechee, I'm gonna smoke him. So you know what I mean, so that's just that's just how that's gonna be. Probably Ill Will. You know why? Because it's listen with Geechee now. All right, see, when it comes to Geechee now, I just feel like he think he could. I think listen, I love to be in these type of situations. I feel like he think he can beat me. And those is the mess. I swear, you call me later on. We're gonna get me and Geechee first. That has to be the first though, because I'm motivated to write for him. So as soon as you say it's up for him, I'm in the lab. Right after Ramadan, I'm shutting everything down. I'm starting to write, and I want to beat this nigga. You dig what I'm saying? I don't like how he talking to me. And that's just how competitive I am. So like right now, it will be Ill Will because I'm not there yet with him. You dig what I'm saying like that? So I got something for Geechee and I got something for Mook. So I'm not there for Ill Will yet. So if I'm looking at it right now, Ill Will be my toughest. But yeah, so that's what it is. You call me for Geechee. You want Geechee Blue Room, however you want it, it's up. It's up for him.
I had a conversation last night about you versus Geechee. It was a very good conversation.
So, and I think it's a battle. That battle does a lot for just the culture, man. I think that battle is something, we'll talk off the scene, but you already know, like that's just.
All right. Well, I feel like getting you on the Rucker is dope for RBE. Is dope for Easy. It's dope for the fans. So we'll talk about that. But yeah, this May 6th, man. You gonna be in the building May 6th?
I'm coming May 6th. Let's talk about it, man. How did this Mook and Big K even happen? Some people like it. Let's keep it $1. Some people like it.
I love that.
Don't. Okay.
I love that.
Okay. So so the things I've been hearing is it's a matchup we didn't expect.
Absolutely.
We didn't expect that.
Yeah.
But then people saying Big K deserves it, which I feel like he do. You know what I mean? Because he's been an honorable. Especially, he was over URL and he was doing his thing over URL. That's one thing about Big K was smoking shit over there too. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Yeah. He always been crazy. But since he been over RBE, he been honorable and he been loyal. So I think, in the side of your mind, I feel like that you think he deserved it and earned it. I mean, how you feel about that?
Nah, you're absolutely right there. But if I take it a step back, about that particular matchup and people saying like nobody asked for this, right? I actually think that's a good thing. I think it's a little bit hypocritical for people to say that they expect to see different things from different platforms, right? Like, oh, don't do what this person, don't do what RBE does, don't do what URL does, don't do what Chrome. You know what I'm saying? Everybody do something different, right? So then when somebody goes left field and does something that wouldn't have happened on any other platform, to me that should be praised, or else you're actually saying two things that are actually hypocritical of each other. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. I love the fact that it's a battle that wouldn't happen anywhere. As far as you saying Big K, as far as timing and staying down with RBE the way that he has, of course that's part of it. Of course that's part of it. Talent wise, I think that it went over people's heads that for Divide and Conquer 1, the trailers themselves was saying win your next battle and move ahead. And it also said make winning matter again. Right. Now, I also said in blogs, like, obviously it's not easy to make do on that for every single person because you got timing, you got negotiations. You know, how do I work that out with Hollow and Ill Will? I don't even have a decision on who won that battle yet. You know what I'm saying? So, and then maybe Hollow doesn't want the opponents that I'm talking about. Maybe me and him was talking about A-Ward. Maybe he wants to hold off on that for a sec. So it's like, but we did promote that. We did promote that. And I don't think it's coincidence that Rosenberg Roy shows up the way that he did. Shout out to Jack, because I think they had a goodie. And then all of a sudden he has Charlie Clips. I don't think it's coincidence that Ill Will's on the card. Of course, he's one of our main guys. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he just gave us a dope performance. Back to back, matter of fact. His performance of 40 was crazy too. Reward that man. But Big K, he had what everybody told me publicly was the performance of the night. Coming off of Closure. I mean, not Closure, Divide and Conquer Part 1. Everybody said he had performance of the night and round of the night. You know what I'm saying? Now, of his stature with his resume, I can't ignore that. So if me and Mook is having a conversation, what I said publicly is really what's happening behind the scenes. I'm really talking about Hitman. I'm really talking about Hollow. I'm really talking about Big K. And I'm really talking about Ill Will and Mook's direction. I really am. And when you look at Big K's resume, and when you look at his talent and what he's given us over the years, if that wasn't the time for him, I don't know how many opportunities is going to come that way, because everybody has to understand this too. Murder Mook is still Murder Mook. You're not Murder Mook's not going to, no matter how, if I had the same bag that I paid him to battle Big K, if Murder Mook picks up that phone, or his manager, Shot the Van, if one of them pick up the phone and I say, I want you to battle Boston George, you know what I'm saying? Like, that phone still gets hung up. Like, yeah, I want that bag, but get me somebody different. Big K only gets a yes because of what Big K, the performance that he just had. That's the only reason why Big K gets a yes. So as much as RBE is pushing that, as much as we got his back, as much as we taken care of one of our own, at the same time, Big K earned that from his performance himself.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So the timing of that allows me to make those type of phone. Show Off was just announced on this card versus Chef Trez. Shout out to my nigga Trez. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no picks in any battles. You know what I'm saying? But if Show Off has performance of the night, Calico's gonna call me immediately and say, yo, I got better negotiations for you. What we doing? Let me kill him. That's really how it goes behind the scenes. Like, the battlers don't know how much they open up for themselves. So when Big K has one of his best performances like that ever, it makes that phone call possible. You know what I'm saying? The timing of everything, us fucking with him earning it, the buzz from that battle, performance of the night, round of the night, Murder Mook getting ready to battle on RBE, regardless of who the opponent is going to be from who RBE is putting out there as the 4 people. You know what I'm saying? It makes all of that possible. Big K would have been on this card regardless, but being able to put him with Mook makes all that happen. And that's even before I start talking about matchup wise, I think it's still a dope match. I think these are 2 rapping ass niggas. They don't have a storyline yet. They don't have one yet. But we'll see y'all after the face off as far as yet. We'll see y'all after the face off.
A lot of people's asking time requirements because we know that Big K likes to write 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, and we know Mook. He's Mook. He don't have no time frame. He raps and he's done. You know what I mean? So it could be 5 and 10 minutes. Is it a agreed upon time frame here for this battle?
Yeah. What's so dope is both sides is actually opposite as far as this particular matchup. Murder Mook has this reputation of wanting to, people think that he wants to rap 10-minute rounds every time. He listened to the culture. He doesn't want to rap that long anymore. He wants to give back that criticism that people are giving him and say, all right, I've adapted. I've taken my little small lumps as far as the constructive criticism y'all gave me. I am going to compact down my rounds a little bit. That's what Mook wants to do. Big K, on the other hand, he wrapped it in his A-Ward round. And you could put some of the blame on me, because if I'm booking a straight to it card that goes straight to YouTube, no tickets, no pay-per-view, no nothing, there's no address on the flyer, nothing. We literally showing up and I'm paying for a whole event, flights, hotels, deposits, back ends, just to put the shit on YouTube for some pennies on YouTube, right? Of course, it's going to be 2-minute rounds from Big K. I'm taking that. You know what I'm saying? That's on me. And I would assume all the fans would still appreciate that. It's just like, yo, like, what do we expect? Like, it's still a fucking $50,000 card that's going straight to YouTube and not being sold on nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's on RBE, you know what I'm saying? But he wrapped it to A Ward. He said, you want 3-minute rounds and send a check, cut the fee. It's a hedge fund for me. But you know what I'm saying? You would have survived them 2 minutes, death come in threes. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you give Big K that type of opportunity and business wise, as much as he fucks with us, he's about his business. You cut the check that is going to make him sit down and write, you get in hell. You get in hell.
I understand.
You get in hell. This is put it this way.
I appreciate the cash. Appreciate the
big Oh, shout out! I thought you meant me. Shout out to niggas sending their supers in. Big K's been battling on RBE since 2014. This is the biggest check he's ever gotten. Rightfully so. He's battling Mook. I've never paid him more than this. Right. So he's got the type of money to make him say, you know what? Let me sit down. Hell to pay. The same way he was paid very, very well. It was the second highest check ever versus A Ward. Some of that is the growth of RBE too. Some of that is also the growth of RBE. You know what I'm saying? Our budget's going up, what we can do, the amount of money that we attract because our fan base grew, our pay-per-views got big, everything. So we're able to pay out more and the market has raised. Y'all got more expensive. All of that goes hand in hand. It's like typical economy inflation. You know what I'm saying? Same thing in our market. But even the A Ward battle, the timing of that, because of all that shit I just said, that was like his second highest check. So when anybody pay him, shout out to the supers coming in. You pay Big K like that, and you give him an opponent where he's like, I need to win this, and he's saying that I want to clear Mook and change the culture. Like you don't get an opportunity to battle murder Mook and not have even a better performance than you just had with A1.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So anybody saying he's gonna come with short rounds is crazy. Like
I will attest, more money and the right opponent just puts you in a different zone. You know what I mean? Because that battle was one of the highest paid I ever got, you know, as well too, which I felt like I deserved it anyway. You dig what I'm saying? And and you perform as such too. You dig what I'm saying?
Like there's more on the line.
Appreciated, is more on the line. I feel like that you've been patiently worked, so it makes the artist want to go give the best.
And I'll give you another side. I'll give you another quick angle of it too before we move on from there, from the time limit shit. All these rappers, all these battlers claim to be hustlers, right? If you had a reputable league or platform that you think is around and they making shit happen, or they got decent budgets, or they cutting decent checks, or you want to have a relationship with them going forward, whether you cashing in now or later, right? It's called protecting the bag. People hear that concept. Anybody that hustles just for today is stupid. You have to hustle for tomorrow. If I pay Easy $250,000 to battle Geechee and he has a horrible performance, or he shows up at 2-minute rounds, do I want to give him $250,000 again? No. Easy would rather the battle have replayability, so the views is crazy. People copping a VOD that missed the live is like because they hearing how crazy Easy got, all that type of shit. So that next time when I call you or you call me, we talking at 250 and better. Not this whole like, oh, that's good. Nobody came because you was on the card. Nobody came because you was the main event. Nobody came because you didn't promote. Nobody came because your face-off was trash. The battle was trash. I dropped the video. Everybody's in the comments saying that this is a horrible battle. The bloggers ain't behind it. The media ain't supporting it because it was a bad showing. Or 2-minute rounds. Now when we do business again, you think I got $250,000 for you again?
Right.
Fuck no. So if niggas think that they hustlers, you got to think about all that shit. You got to think about all that shit. So you getting hell. Niggas getting hell.
You want to book Easy versus the nigga King Bao? I got you. Charge you. Sure.
That was your smoothest segue right there. That was your smoothest one. That was your smoothest one right there. Because we was talking about you battling and all that type of shit. That was a smooth one. But I don't think that's a good matchup. That's not shade. That's not shade though. I just what you say?
Can I get an exclusive? Matter of fact, before we get the exclusive, how you feel about that event? How you feel about new people coming into the culture, people with money, let's just say fighters, actors, whoever, coming into the battle culture, thinking it's easy to get into. And
it's not easy, man. Yeah, the dude Ted, that did like the Duel in the Desert, and I think he did the Arsenal and the Mr. Fab joint. You had Total Slaughter. You had even Vlad did a card. He publicly says on his own platform, like, nah, that shit ain't for me. One and done, the Killers League. You know what I'm saying? He was out. The Alki Davis situation. We've seen it a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the money. It's not about sometimes even the people that you think you put on the card to try to be successful as you come in. You know what I'm saying? I see people talking about, the attendance or whatever. And, yet there were stars booked. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Is that a testament to what those stars on the card drew? Or was that a testament to the lack of how people know the platform? Or is it a combination of both? I'll let y'all decide. But point being, we've gotten reminders over the years, many, many times, of how hard it is to be successful in this shit. You really have to build this shit up. Can you come in and off the rip have some type of success? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? You could roll the dice and it could land on your number. You could hit. You know what I'm saying? But more often, you have to be pretty calculated, and you have to, from the onset, think about the long term in an industry like this, and in a fan base and a demographic and a culture like this. You have to think more long term as far as coming in and then gaining your relevance. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him. I seen a promotion around ownership, trying to give battlers something that I guess they feel like they haven't had a lot of opportunity towards. At the end of the day, everybody on the card that was booked got a bag, right? Whether they got a back end or a deposit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a bag. Fans got some entertainment. Bloggers and media got a shitload of content out of it. You know what I'm saying? So I really wish him the best. If King Bao is going to continue, I just hope that he's seen the areas where he's gonna improve on, obviously, and he just comes back stronger. He just comes back strong. I'm not here to. I'm not the guy that's gonna kick nobody when they down. You know what I'm saying? Like this is one of the most down. I seen your shit. I seen how much you was cracking. You got straight face right now with me because I'm preaching positivity. But I seen your shit. I
loved
and
it.
You clowned from fucking the way you was clowned. Yo, I watched your shit. I had tears in my eyes watching your shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying y'all niggas ain't wrong, because I had my moments where motherfuckers get at me. You know what I'm saying? So, I think one thing that he gotta also realize is just his delivery, as far as how he's connecting with the culture. I think that's one of his biggest things that maybe he's not realizing. Sometimes it's just your own personality, just be who you are as an individual. But he just gotta understand how he's talking to the culture. You're not even gonna get support or help when you're coming off like that. You know what I'm saying? But I think he's gonna continue to learn it, and I wish him the best. I don't know him. I never spoke to him. I do wish him the best if he continues though.
You know what I mean?
I think there's many people that he could have called and got some advice from or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I politic with a lot of league owners, people that come before me and after me. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, no matter how long I invested you in this shit, you could never stop learning this shit. The culture changes. We adapt. We change. We exchange advice. I told you, John's the one that tossed me the owner for the spot that we in. You know what I'm saying? Rub shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Reach out to each other, help each other out.
You just dropped an announcement 10 minutes ago. You gonna tell us? Can I get another announcement though? Can I get like an exclusive? Because I know you said you got 10 battles on this. Got 10 battles.
Yeah, I got you. And my bad. So I actually got to jump in like 5. So I'm gonna leave you an exclusive. I got you.
Okay.
But what drop? What? No, I got you. My bad too. I should have said that earlier. My bad. But what just dropped on the channel was scheduled to drop today at 5 o'clock. It's funny you just said that. That's actually the announcement trailer individually that was on yesterday's battle, which was Pain versus Bad News drop. So now the trailer drops by itself, which is Coach Corleone versus Pain. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So brick on brick crime right there. Ain't nothing wrong with some temporary divide and conquer. You know what I'm saying? Let them shake hands and get back to being brick brothers after.
No, I gotta see Coach, man. I definitely want to be there because he talk a lot. He talk a lot of craziness on Twitter. I want to see him in person. I want to see.
Definitely come see Coach in person on May 6th. But before we get to May 6th, please, everybody, keep your eyes on the channel and watch when we drop B Magic versus Coach. Oh my God! And shout out to Magic. Magic went off.
Okay.
Magic went off, and Coach is just like, when they see that battle, they're gonna understand, like, whenever you see Coach on a max out or divide and conquer or whatever, you're gonna see why. You're gonna understand why. Like, why ARP pushing this nigga? Like, you're gonna see why. You're gonna see why. That's on the
Appreciate
way.
the
Shout out to
50.
B Magic and Coach.
Appreciate the 50. Appreciate the super chats. I ain't forget about y'all, but ARP be dropping knowledge. I want him to continue. I want to cut him off.
Shout
Appreciate
out to the
y'all
supers.
and all
Shout out
that.
to the
You know what I'm saying?
supers.
Well, that's all I got for you today. I appreciate you coming through. I know we about to
My
make
man, I
history
appreciate
together,
you.
man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got to make history. I had a call last night, so I'll make another call tonight about what people was asking for. We'll see what happens. I ain't gonna say too much right now.
Okay.
But
Yeah, you
May
already
6th
know.
is getting crazy. Make sure you're in the building. If we got something locked in by then, you never know. Y'all might get an announcement on May 6th. Y'all might get a face off of someone. You never know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Everybody working behind the scenes. We talk way more than y'all think. We talk way more than y'all know. All of us. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Appreciate
but
you
May
for being
6th is going
solid,
down.
man. Let me say this last thing though before you get off. Appreciate you for being solid.
My
You
nigga,
know,
appreciate you.
man. Appreciate you. I do one.
Appreciate you.
Let me say this last thing. You know, you dropped the ball on me though. I was on RBE before. We ain't talk about doing. I was on RBE before. I did a 1SK. I battled tracks. You know what I mean? I remember you coming up to me after the battle. You was like, yo, that was fire. You got better from the last time that I seen you. I'm going to be in contact with all right, bet. So you had me thinking that, like, yo, I'm about to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about to take this shit over. You ain't never called me, man. You ain't never called me.
Yeah, but me telling you that you got better and I'm about to, you know what I'm saying? I tell that to everybody. So you know what I mean? Like
hey.
I don't want nobody to see that and think I'm not joking. No, real shit. Because some niggas out there can't take a joke and the shit be going over their head when niggas is joking and shit. But now on some real shit, I don't even really see that as dropping the ball. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
At that time, maybe it was better for you to not be on RBE, right? Or if you was, maybe not, more frequent than somewhere else, right? Because whereas, like, let's say I saw it in Show Off immediately, right off the rip. Yo, let's call Awesome. Yo, let's call this person. Let's call that person off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Like I think with you doing that 1SK, RBE obviously has put a ton of more energy into developing bricks. We didn't have the brick process. You know what I'm saying? Lawrence and Winged wasn't going crazy back then the way that they are now. You know what I'm saying?
Like man, Lawrence, my guy. Lawrence, he wrote me in jail.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff people don't know in the background. Like Lawrence is another solid person. Like
my guy. Shout out to Lawrence.
You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Shout out to
Lawrence. He is one of the few. Him and Swave too. Swave contacted me when I was in jail as well. Lawrence definitely made sure I was in tune with the culture when I was booked. This is from 2014 to 2017. So it's like our history go before me on this run.
Yeah. But now I think like I said, I think maybe there's a couple people that we missed in the past. Maybe we missed at a time Yoshi or J2 or Trufo or Easy to Block. There's a couple people that we missed, but I do appreciate what Lawrence and Wing have built now. It's harder for us to miss shit now because Lawrence and Wing, they dedicate so much time to it now. Yeah, I mean, they put these people in front of me more. They bring them back 3 rounds, boom, 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 to the point where it's just like, even if I miss something or whatever, and I'm not perfect, you know what I'm saying? And I don't even like coming off like I'm some big gatekeeper, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Because really, like, everybody that touches that stage, I appreciate. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. But maybe I missed that one. Maybe we missed that one. But at the same time, I don't even know if we would have given you all that you've earned yourself. You know what I'm saying? Back then, like we would in this recent development of 1SKs now get way more priority and they have way more opportunity now. They have full cards dedicated to them now. We didn't have that in the past.
Yeah, no, we
didn't. You know what I'm saying? So, but the good thing is, man, we still got opportunity to get right. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Got opportunity to get right. Just don't try to tax me for that now. Don't try to tax me for that now.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? My nigga E, son.
All right, man.
I
Before you get
respect
out of
it. It
here,
is what it is.
ARP, man, can you give us that? Can you give us that exclusive before you get out of here?
Yeah, I got you. Only because you E, man. Only because you. Next announcement. I won't give you the full matchup. Let me not spoil everything. But the
Okay.
next announcement will be. You know what? I got a better one.
Okay.
I got a better one than saying that. Swave Sever is on the card. I think that's even better. Swave Sever is on the card.
Okay.
Swave Sever is on the card. I look forward to Swave's third round now.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I like that exclusive. He gonna talk crazy to you.
Yeah.
ARP,
Shout out to my nigga
anything?
Swave.
Any last words you got, man? Before you get out of here?
Yeah, last before I get out of here, I'm gonna say, man, is shout out to you and everything that you're doing. Appreciate the talent and the content that you're giving. The battle rap culture, man. I'm a fan of yours. Whether you're on RBE or not, I'm a fan of yours, my nigga. Keep fucking killing, keep doing your thing. Shout out to Chrome 23, shout out to Rem, of course. I heard you on the new management and all that. So shout out to, because that's a good pickup. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's dope. That's dope for them. And May 6th, man, it's going down. Divide and Conquer 2, headline, Murder Mook versus Big K. Face Off is on the way. Listen, everybody just stay tuned with the channel. More announcements. We got like 5 more announcements coming. We got y'all. So get your live pay-per-view. Go to redbreedent.com right now. Get your live pay-per-view. May 6th, Divide and Conquer 2.
I gotta be in the middle of Big K and Mook. I gotta study my ops.
We all there. I'm gonna try to get as much people right there in front of that camera as possible, man. We're gonna make that shit a movie, man. So I'll see you then.
All right, I appreciate you, ARP, man. Again,
my
man,
nigga.
I'll see you soon. I'll be talking to you soon, man. I appreciate you.
Likewise, my guy.
All right, bro. You already know, man. You already know what it is, man. Appreciate all the super chats. Now, listen, because I seen y'all like, yo, he don't be acknowledging the super chats. I want to acknowledge y'all. If I get like a little break, then I'll be like, yo, I appreciate it. Trust me, I always appreciate y'all showing love and supporting, man. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? I just be wanting them to get their point across so we don't have to stop them. Because, you know, some people be in thought. We can't stop them in thought because I want to get all of it. You know what I mean? Like, make sure you do your job. Make when y'all come in here, hit the like button. You already know I'm asking a question that people don't be asking. I'm right at them. Like it. Appreciate y'all again, man. You know what I'm saying? You already know. Like, comment, and subscribe. But you already know, man. I'll be around soon. Salute to everybody. Salute to Remy. Salute to Chrome 23. Make sure y'all go get that Hitman and Easy Battle to 2 million. We almost there. We at like 1.8 now. I need 2 more 100,000 so I could talk crazy to them. Y'all hear me? All right. We out.